What's going on, Walking Dead fans? We are here to give you a preview episode of Season 10 of The Walking Dead. We know that it's not time yet. We know the premiere is next week, but we want to talk about everything that might happen, so stay tuned.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's going on, Walking Dead fans?
Woo!
This beautiful panel and I just wrapped.
Long time no see, guys.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you guys in so long.
It's been like 3 minutes.
So we just wrapped Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, and we can't get enough of each other. We can't get enough of you all, so we had to come back, and we have to do a preview episode of Season 10 of The Walking Dead, which premieres next week, Sunday, or this week, Sunday. Yeah. We are very, very excited. It is 10 seasons, you guys. Insane.
Amazing.
I have a beautiful panel with me, April Wissenhand, in case you all forgot.
Oh, hello, everybody.
But how could you with that beautiful face?
Oh,
and I've got the handsome Benny Adams on the end.
Oh, thank you, man. How's it going, guys?
We are very excited, like I said, to talk about everything that might happen. Now, guys, this is a preview episode, so it's pretty much just an episode of where we're going to shout off predictions. We want to hear your predictions. Like I said, us, just like you all, are very excited about 10 seasons. Now, we know a lot because of social media and because of all the blogs and all the websites that there are certain things that are going to happen this season. Let's talk about Michonne for a second. We know that Michonne's character, Danai Gurira, is not going to be on the entire season. Benny, what do you have about this?
I am so excited for this season with her because the EP, I found something where the EP is saying that they really took their time with her storyline and they were under a lot of pressure to make her storyline epic. They were saying that it went around the same lines as Rick's storyline. So they were saying that this is pretty much like the best storyline. I've said storyline so many times, but the best storyline of this season. So I'm really looking forward to it. And we don't know if she's going to live, if she's going to die. This was back a couple months ago when they were saying the topic was brought up, is she gonna go into the movies?
Yeah.
And the showrunner said she has a lot of amazing things in the future, and we are not done with her quite yet. So
I take
there's
that as a
hope.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there's hope. So I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, that makes me very excited for her character. I mean, she is one of the best characters of the Walking Dead universe. That is her right there. Look at that beautiful face.
Oh, love
8
her
seasons.
so much.
8 seasons. I mean, and it always catches me off guard when I realize that she hasn't been on since season 1, episode 1.
You
because
forget,
she's
right?
that much of a staple inside of The Walking Dead. And that just makes me more excited about what's going to happen with her, because if they don't give her an epic storyline, it would be such a disservice to all of the work that she's put into this character.
Yeah.
And just speaking on that, if they are kind of going with the same route as Rick, will she sacrifice herself? April, what do you think?
I mean, I'm definitely excited. It's weird that we know beforehand that she's not going to be continuing, because that's not a normal thing with a show. You know, you hear rumors, whatever, but it's not confirmed like hers is. But I think the best way to go with her character, and this is controversial because of the kids, but is to go into the movie fandom, because it's a tough thing to take away a main character like her, and then, you know, for whatever significant amount of time that it could be, and then to bring her back, meaning like on the show, which maybe that's the goal, and it could be possible. And I mean, we're gonna love Michonne no matter where they see her, but I definitely think that she I don't, you know, a lot of people are theorizing, I guess, you know, she's gonna leave to go find Rick, because we know she spent a significant amount of time, just like Daryl did, looking for Rick. But I just don't see that happening because of the kids. I don't see her willingly leaving Judith and RJ.
Yeah.
So is it a thing of like she gets taken and then somehow finds herself somewhere else? I don't know.
I mean, if we're going to do a prediction, I mean, I would say that she would sacrifice herself for one of her kids. I
Yeah.
mean, we all know how precocious Judith is and how she's just, I'm going to go and do whatever I want. And I think that might just get her in trouble. I mean, look what she does with Negan.
Yeah.
So I think that might get her in trouble in this season, and Michonne's going to have to step in and try to save her. And Michonne might just lose her life in doing so.
Well, you know how we saw clues of these helicopter people in Fear the Walking Dead. I feel like we're going to see clues just like that in The Walking Dead.
Yes.
And she's going to fall upon one of those clues. And I think if she gets any type of information that Rick is alive, I think she would leave her kids to find Rick. If she 100% knew there's a chance that he's alive and that she could go to him, because there are people around that could look over the kids that she trusts.
Well, here's my thing. I feel like having kids on a show is a lot for production.
Yeah.
And if we're going to talk about behind the scenes for a second, if they're going to write off Michonne's character, then they pretty much should just write off the kids as well. Because having kids on a show, I mean, I don't imagine a world where a mother would leave her children. So that's the only reason why I think it's because she's dying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, I mean, I love Judith's character now that she's grown up on the show. I don't want her to leave. We don't really know much about RJ. So I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. I mean, it's such an open-ended, but I'm very excited that the showrunners have given so much thought into what they're going to do with her. Let's talk about maybe a possibility of a returning character, Maggie. So played by Lauren Cohen. A little brief history, you guys. Lauren Cohen left the show to kind of go on network with ABC in a show called Whiskey Cavalier. That show bombed. Sorry, Lauren Cohen. But it did. It bombed. I watched it. It wasn't very good. So there are rumors once again floating around.
Of course.
Is that she will return to The Walking Dead. Would I love that? Yes, because they wrote her off in such a
horrible way.
Horrible way. What are your thoughts?
I would absolutely love for her to make a return. I think of it in the sense of her being, a real person, the actual Lauren Cohen as an actress. It's probably not the easiest thing to be like, hey, y'all, I'm going to leave this show, and then be like, never mind, can I come back? But obviously, they have said over and over and over again, there is always a place for her on The Walking Dead. We would love to have her back. All of these, I can't confirm this, whatever. There's nothing whatsoever confirmed about her coming back and being on the show this season. Trust me, I have looked. But I think that, could she have done it in secret? Sure.
Oh,
They are able, it's very difficult for them to hide things with production and filming, but they definitely could have.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love to see her back, just because I think, especially with the losses that we had this past season, and just knowing that we won't have Michonne, whether she's gone or whether she dies, whatever they end up doing with her character, I think it would be really good for us to have that original feel back to it as well. I definitely hope we see her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Michonne, she's not an OG. Maggie isn't an OG either, but it feels like she is an OG. And so I would love to get her back on the show. And I get hopes because I remember reading somewhere that they're bringing on a love interest of hers from the comics. So that gives me hope that she possibly could be back this season. You never know. So I would love to see that.
And if she returns, they obviously have to have her return with her child.
Right.
Glenn's child.
Yeah.
So there's also that hope too.
Oh my God, did she take the kid?
Yes.
Of course. Oh,
Yeah.
I guess I kind of forgot about that for a second because they didn't discuss it so much. But that's a great point. And that's another good thing, bring us some of that feel. If anything, people are missing the true OGs. I always say, Maggie and Michonne, because at this point we only have Carol, Daryl.
Yeah.
Most of our true OGs are not there anymore. So bringing those people that have been back on it for so long and giving us kind of a little reminder of Glenn would be, I think, a gift to the viewers.
Well, speaking of our other characters, we still have this looming threat of Alpha and the Whisper group. Now, we've already seen the aftermath of what they have done to our group. We lost Jesus in the graveyard. We've lost Tara. We've lost Enid. We've lost Henry with heads on spikes in the last last season.
Still not over that.
None of us are.
awful.
Trust me, Betty. None of us are. And to go into this season, I'm hoping that the showrunners have given our characters and our group. I hope they didn't just skip over it. I hope they they let us dwell in it, and I hope we see the effects that these losses have on the characters that we love. Let's talk about Daryl and Carol for a second. I mean, they lost Henry. Yes, it was Ezekiel's son, but Carol and Daryl just have this connection, and if we think about it, Daryl was the one who wanted Lydia to stay, and hence all of this happened, and then I mean, I can't imagine that he doesn't have a sense of guilt for losing Henry for Carol.
Well, he asked her in that scene on the stairs when they're, they're traveling, of course, to Hilltop from the kingdom. He asked her, "Do you want me to take her away?"
Yeah.
Because he has that love for Carol like that. I'm curious to see if y'all think what we've been begging for is going to happen.
Carol
Are
and
they
Daryl?
finally going to give... That's where I'm landed.
Okay.
But are they even just going to give Daryl a love story?
10
And more than
seasons
that,
in the
are
making.
they going to make it Daryl and Carol? I was reading something before we started taping, and it's like they made these moments, and the two of them have always had very special moments, of course, but they did this, a lot of people think, on purpose. In the finale, made them have these very sweet moments. Ezekiel had a conversation with Daryl where he basically was like, "Stay away from my wife." And then Carol breaks up with Ezekiel, of course. And they're together right now back at Alexandria.
Yeah.
So do y'all think it'll happen?
Okay, here's my thing. I love Carol. She is an OG, and
Yes.
she has been one of my favorite characters, especially with her, abusive husband backstory and where she is now. And we've talked about it in the
She's
past
the most
seasons.
developed
She's
character by far.
literally one of the most developed characters. And I keep saying her and Daryl are just friends. And I feel like over 10 seasons, I feel like they've made Daryl this asexual character. And there was even this point where, in 2 seasons ago, maybe it might have been last, I think it was 2 seasons ago, season 8, where Aaron and Eric had Daryl over for dinner, and then they were the 3 together for a second, and then Eric wound up dying. So I always thought that maybe Daryl would be a gay character.
Maybe.
I got a lot of crap for it, you guys, because I don't even know why. I think that if they made him a gay character, I think that would be really cool.
Well, there was a rumor a couple of years ago, before that character was introduced, that they were going to make Daryl a gay character.
Right.
So it wasn't just you.
Right.
It was out in the media everywhere.
Yeah.
So he's had a lot of potential love interests.
Yes.
He had that guy, and then he also had Beth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like Beth...
I really liked him and Beth,
See,
though.
but his
Yeah.
relationships with women are just that. They're just too family-like. Like, with him and Carol, it's like brother and sister. With him and Beth, it was like brother and sister. But with Aaron, I don't know if it's like a bromance or... I don't know. I'm not sitting here saying that I want him to be gay, but I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah. I think and this is an odd thing to say, and I'm definitely not going to say it the right way, I already know. But I think with Daryl, I totally agree with the Carol thing, actually. But only because I'm like, I can't imagine them kissing. There's just something about it. Like,
Right.
I
I've
want
never
Daryl
thought
to have
about
a love
that.
interest, and I love Carol, but I just can't imagine the two of them banging in the snow.
Right.
Just not gonna happen.
Bang in the snow.
Right. But I think if they made Daryl's character be in a relationship with whoever, it just there's something about him that I'm like, I just feel like you need it, and whether it be with
A man or a woman.
a man or a woman, I feel like it's going to change his character in a
Yes.
way. So that's why people are like, no, it can't be this, or no, it can't be this. Because even though being straight doesn't change you, and being gay doesn't change you, you are your own person, whatever.
It will change the character.
It changes the character.
I agree with you. I completely agree with you. And he also has his dog. They
Well,
gave
maybe.
him something. Well,
Yeah.
Oh, no, they found the dog.
Yeah,
They
they found the dog. The dog is fine.
Yeah.
And his name is Dog, so
Yeah.
there's that. So they have given him a little love in his life, but it's not on that level.
Right.
So, I'm excited to see where they might go with Daryl.
Yeah,
There's so
same.
many open-ended questions,
Daryl's my
you
number
guys.
one always. So
I know he is.
I always want to see more of him. I love the softer side of Daryl, but I also love when he's hard AF.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that's actually what I want to see more of. I want to see more of him, like, let's kill these people. Not just to kill people, but like, they're killing us, they're doing bad things to us, so let's take them down.
I want to see a smart / savage Daryl who
Same.
thinks about what's going to happen, but at the same time, he's willing to just go for it and kill whatever. And
He's willing to take them out.
Exactly.
Yes. Let's talk about this new group that they found last season, and I want to hear your thoughts on where this group might go. So I'm talking about the Commonwealth group: Magna, Yumiko, Connie, Kelly, and Luke. Connie, the deaf, I don't know why I did this. I'm sorry, that was very offensive. I signaled okay, just so we're
That's
clear.
all that matters.
Thank you. I think she has become one of my favorite characters from this group. Well, I do like Magna. She's a little too hard for me sometimes. I do love her backstory, and I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah.
But Connie's character has me so intrigued. And not only that, you guys, just hit me. Denai might be leaving The Walking Dead because of all her success in, Black Panther, and there might be obviously a sequel for Black Panther that she's obviously going to do because she was great in that. But they're also thinking that the actress who plays Connie might be the first deaf Marvel character.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That was amazing.
So there's a lot in talks for her too.
Yeah.
Because she is just one of the standouts for me
She
in
really
this
is.
group. Well, how do you guys feel about the Commonwealth group?
Well, especially her, I think she's had the same effect on all of us. There's something about her, it's not because, oh, this is a person with a disability. It's just something about her and how she carries herself on the show that just makes you feel connected to her.
Yeah.
And then how she ran away to try to do this. She makes you care about her from a very early, or made us care about her from a very early on stage. That also scares me because they typically tend to kill the people that I care about.
Yeah.
And then you have to, let's be realistic, and I don't mean this in a harsh way, but she's deaf. How long are we going to survive? Obviously, she survived this long. So, she does have a good support group around her, but I hope to see a lot more of her for sure because she just makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Well, not to cut you off, and I know, Benny, you want to get in on this too, but there was also that maybe storyline of Daryl and her
Yes.
being...
Right.
Yes.
But I only see them as like hunting buddies and friends.
I
don't
see
know.
them
I
more
like
of a
that.
relationship.
I do see them more as a relationship as well.
And from anyone else, I see them both more
I
as
agree
a
with you.
relationship.
I agree with you.
This is going to sound really bad, but Daryl doesn't like to really communicate very much. But you see, it's like they communicate well in the way that she does, being able to, obviously she has to write what she's feeling, that she can't just exude with her outward emotions. And he's kind of, Daryl isn't the most talkative guy in the entire world.
He really isn't.
So I think that it almost like brings them together, that people always say, if you can be happy in, without sitting there and having a conversation with each other, then you're truly happy.
Yeah.
I see her being the best love interest for him.
I agree.
So far
Yeah,
as well.
same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah.
Magna, remind me, you guys, is Magna... She was not a lesbian character. She was with the guy from the Commonwealth group, and he wound up dying.
Right.
So she's not a lesbian character.
Right.
But she just has that hard persona where I just thought that she was, but she's not. Or
Right.
maybe is she fluid? I don't know.
I don't know.
Guys, we can sit here and talk about sexuality all day. I mean,
Exactly.
the writers have done such a good job and being all inclusive with all of these characters. So that's great. Do you guys have any other thoughts on maybe where this season 10 of The Walking Dead might go?
I just hope that they just bring it for this season because it's the 10th season. It's huge, I remember from years ago when it first premiered. So it's a big thing for the actors, the writers, the fans. So I think they really need to do it justice. And I have a feeling they are, just with them describing what it's going to be like from the previews that we've seen. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Same.
This is our first full season, of course, without Rick. I totally agree with you how you said earlier. Maybe they're going to give us some snippets of this every now and then. But I agree completely. I think that they have to, and I think that they will. I don't think they just have to. I actually think it's just going to be an epic season. There have been, ratings were down for a couple of seasons. They were back up last season. I feel like it's just going to be a banger of a show, honestly. I feel like it's going to be back to what we loved and appreciated about it so much. Just, I've been watching it since season 1. Always been obsessed. I still miss Shane, even though he was bad.
I miss Beth.
I still miss Lori.
Yes, I miss Beth. Oh, Lori.
I miss Lori too.
Love
and
Lori.
Andrea. I mean, we could sit here and talk about.
Yeah.
We could sit here and talk about characters that we've lost all day.
Yeah.
Because the writers, like we said, have just done such a great job at just just bringing them into our homes and making them care.
Maybe like some of these actors will come back and do like little flashbacks since it's the 10th season.
Maybe.
You never know.
You never know.
Also, let's not forget about our main guy, Negan.
Yes.
He's there, sitting
Yes.
there being pals with Judith. They made it through the snowstorm, which is still, that's another thing I'm excited to see how they're going to do with being in winter weather now.
Yeah.
They've never done it on the show before. But where they are, they kind of ended with he and Michonne having that conversation of being like, sometimes tragedy brings people together.
Yeah.
So where they're going to take his character, because hopefully he's not just going to be a cell the whole season again.
Well, I'm hearing Negan is going to have some pretty epic scenes for this upcoming season. Like, he's not going to be in the background like he was last season. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that.
He's definitely one of those bad characters that we love to hate, but we just love him so much that he's really just grown on us. So I'm in the same boat as you guys. I'm excited to see where they go with his character. I do agree with Paul. I hope he's just not in a cell the whole time. But that being said, even though he was in a cell the whole time,
it was still good.
That's what I mean. Like, we still got some really awesome moments from him, with him and Gabriel, with him and Judith, with him and Michonne. There were so many great moments, but him just in a cell. And now I'm like, okay, well,
when you're out of a cell,
like, let's bring it on. I feel like the writers are really, really gonna bring it. And just to end our preview episode, what about the voice? The voice that we were left with at the end of the episode, at the end of last season. Do we think it's Maggie? Do we think it's somebody else?
I was reading some rumors that they think it's from someone off of Fear the Walking Dead. They were saying they think it's Alicia.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a good prediction.
Could Alicia Shebnam Carey be coming to The Walking Dead?
They need to do we've got 2 characters from The Walking Dead, 2 Fear the Walking Dead. We've got Dwight and Morgan, who we lost, or may have lost, in our finale episode, which we just finished wrapping. And so I think it's only fair that they give a character from our show over this one.
Exactly. I think that it was a great thing for them to do in order to leave a whole lot of things open-ended. Guess what? We could do a crossover. Guess what? It could be Maggie. Guess what? It could be someone from Rick's camp.
Yeah, who knows?
Hey, it's working. It's keeping us guessing. It's keeping us wanting to tune in.
Yeah. I mean, the possibilities are endless. All I know is that I'm very excited for season 10, and I'm even more excited to be doing it with you guys.
Yes.
And we all are excited that you all will be joining us. It will be on Mondays at 8 p.m. We will be watching on Sundays, but then taping on Mondays at 8 p.m., you guys, because we like to give it a day to kind of sit and marinate. That way we can give you all the facts and all of our opinions very clearly. I know it's kind of sad that we have to wait for it a day, but you guys can deal. We like having it on Mondays.
Yes.
Like I said, it just gives us our opinions to kind of sit and marinate. But where can our fans find you guys?
Y'all can find me everywhere at April Wissenham.
And you guys can find me everywhere at Benny J. Adams.
And you can find me everywhere at I Am Timothy Mike. We will see you guys next Monday for the premiere of season 10 of The Walking Dead.
See you guys later. Can't wait.
Bye, guys.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.